Constant self-improvement is slowly killing you. I'm a psychologist and I'm going to explain why. When you continuously self-improve, you are doing a few things to your brain without realizing it. The first thing is you're training your brain to see the world very much in an input-output framework. So let me explain. Let's say you go to the gym a bunch, and let's say you input an hour at the gym. You will expect very quickly that you'll get an output of things like increased muscle density, reduced body to fat ratio, and overall better health. If you continuously go to the gym, you're obviously going to get those results eventually, and it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround, and you're going to see that output pretty quickly. If you've been gymming for a while, many months or years, you are going to very much be in this dichotomous thinking style of, if I put something in, I'm going to get something out quickly, like a fast turnaround. The reason why this is slowly killing you is because life is not like that. Sometimes you have to input and you won't get an output. Sometimes you have to input a lot and you won't get an equal output back. Sometimes you have to put an input in for a very long time before you might even get an inkling of an output. If you continue to train your brain this way, you're going to be setting yourself up for long-term failure. The next thing you probably haven't considered is the idea that if you continuously self-improve, when can you say that you have self-improved? When is the end game or end result for you? You see, if you continuously self-improve and you place yourself in this banner of you always need to do more, you always need to set more higher level goals, you always need to be refining and grinding and getting better. Although that can be useful, the point is sometimes it might delay your development. The reason why it might delay your development is for the following reason. You might say to yourself, I will do X only when I have achieved Y. So, for example, I will go out for dates only when I've got muscle, or I will go out for dates only when I'm rich. So continuously improving might stall your ability to progress because you place unnecessary conditionals on yourself to actually progress. It's almost like a paradox, isn't it? The last component I want to cover, which is perhaps the biggest killer to continuous self-improvement, is the following. Human beings actually prefer things to have a little bit of error or flaw, and things that are perfect or perfection, generally speaking, is nice to look at, but isn't something that you would typically bond with. So although this is primarily in the context of relationships that I'm talking about, we can generalize it really to any domain in life, where if you are constantly trying to improve yourself beyond what is actually realistic and needed at the given time frame, you might alienate yourself. You might shoot so far ahead in a certain domain that although that particular domain has gone up, it causes alienation and stagnation in other domains, and therefore, once again, you stall your own progress. By continuously self-improving and getting really good at one or two things, you invite comparison or challenge to your life. You don't invite people to join, because think of it like building a building. People build buildings together and houses together, right? There's many different construction workers working on a house. But if the house is already built and perfect, well, how many renovators do you get? Usually one, right? Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.